Hey y'all, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are working more on one of my older islands that we actually did an entry on a few weeks ago. Long story short, this is going to be the continuation of that entry video, but also the restart as well. I somehow managed to break that save, so I had to restart the whole entire island. So I obviously don't have all the entry recreated fully, but that's okay. I'm thinking about transitioning differently from it anyways. We're going to be working up actually right here past the incline, and I'm pretty excited about this spot because it took me a while to kind of brainstorm how I wanted this location to transition. I really wanted to incorporate more of my villagers. I really want to try to get as many nicely decorated villager areas as I can on this island, so I thought using a villager home to help kind of transition into another location on the map would be a really fun build. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So if you're new here, I actually am working on several different island themes as we speak. I'm doing a ton of different island content for y'all on Animal Crossing. I also just, do a lot of Animal Crossing just in general, but I also enjoy Pokemon, Stardew Valley, Disney Dreamlight Valley, and you'll also be finding that type of content on my channel as well. Regardless, I hope you decide to stick around and this type of content will interest you. Another quick announcement I have as we start today's video, I finally got my YouTube memberships open. Y'all, I am like so behind on doing this. There's a long story why I didn't open up memberships on my channel for the longest time, but I'm happy to announce I'm finally in the membership club. It feels so good to finally get that started and available to y'all on my channel. Anyways, we're going to be working on several different Animal Crossing themes over the next few weeks. I actually have this rotation planned out that we'll be working on maybe a certain island once a week, and then we'll rotate to a different theme. Now, every single island that I am talking about finishing and working on, this will be finished and completely done, and a dream address will become available eventually. Just know that I will be working a lot slower because I have multiple projects on my plate right now, but I just wanted to have a few different options and different themes that y'all have been requesting on the channel to work on. I've been really struggling with burnout and stuff, but obviously if I abandon my city core themes for good to work on a natural, that will burn me out even more. I can't ever see myself not doing something city core related, so I figured having several different islands and a couple of city cores to work on would be really fun, because whenever I'm not feeling inspired to work on a certain theme, I have something else we can, build on in general. So let me know if you're excited to hear this and what kind of themes you want to see in the future. Right now we're going to be focusing on this natural island. We're going to be focusing on something more beachy and tropical, and then I want to finally start my new and revamped modern Japanese city core. I also have a couple other city islands I really want to test out and see if I'm inspired to do them, so that's also something I'm hoping to do in the coming days as well. Anyways, just to sum it all up, yes, I have so much Animal Crossing content planned for y'all, and I'm actually really excited about this because every time I finish an island, I never know what we're gonna do next on the channel. Like, I don't know what I want to build or create. So knowing that I have multiple islands I can work on right now is pretty awesome, because now I won't have to go through that, okay, we finished this island up, what are we creating now kind of phase that I go through every single time. Now, today's island actually took me several hours to do, so expect some transitions throughout the video, but I hope that today's island transition kind of brings you some inspiration. I know several of my followers are working on a natural as we speak, so I hope that this kind of brings you some inspo to get those really awkward areas kind of finished up on your map. Maybe you need a transition or an idea for your villager. Regardless, I really do hope that today's island build just inspires somebody out there. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel again. I will have every single code that I'm using on every video I put out on my channel in the video's description. You'll just have to scroll to the very bottom to access those, and of course any creators that I take inspo from as well. A lot of my cottagecore inspiration, I feel like, for this island, because I'm very new to cottagecore, is going to be from my favorite accounts, which I highly recommend checking out if you are somebody doing cottagecore or anything natural related, and that is QB Crossing, Toffee, and Consulcato. I love everything that they do, and they are actually kind of the main inspiration of why I wanted to get a cottagecore island actually done for once on my channel. So every little, tiny cottagecore detail, just know that that is definitely going to be inspired by them, because I am awful with like small area decor. I'm not very good at that at all. So huge shout out to these wonderful creators for kind of helping me get out of my comfort zone and try something new and fresh on my channel, but also just get better at these little, cottagecore accents on natural islands just in general. So I haven't done a full-on natural like we're seeing today since before the 2.0 update. it. I'm pretty nervous about this because I feel like I am a little bit rusty on my naturals, but I am looking forward to documenting the whole entire island process just like we did with my previous 2 islands on the channel. Honestly, I have been really enjoying kind of documenting the build process of my islands from start to finish, and I don't know, it's just been really fun to do, and it seems like y'all are also enjoying it as well. So if you want to see that process happen again for my next few islands, definitely let me know in the comments section. I do like to progress some things off camera, but for the most part, like all the transitional areas, maybe small spot decor, I love documenting that on videos and live streams. So as for build plans for this island, just like usual, I'm gonna go with the flow and just see what happens. But if you have any specific builds or ideas you would love to see on this island, let me know in the comments section below. I always love getting that kind of feedback, and it also kind of just helps me plan out different locations on the island too. Anyways, we still have a long ways to go on this build still. We're not gonna definitely get everything decorated in the surrounding areas on today's video, but I don't know about y'all, but before I even move on to a new location or spot on my build, I really love to start filling in with my greenery. It honestly just helps me visualize the area better when I start seeing the greenery come in, especially when I'm working with a planned perspective or maybe some sort of a lookout. So when you're doing builds like you're seeing today, I highly recommend decorating and building as you go, because I feel like it'll be less overwhelming in the long run. That's just kind of how I work, and I find that it's easier to do it this way in the long run, because when you have all that empty space, for me personally, I just get really overwhelmed looking at it. So this is just personally what has helped me in the past, you know, getting areas decorated and filled in, and just, you know, working on transitional spots in general. Now obviously I know this is easier said than done, which is why I record every single build that I do on my channel in hopes that it can just kind of like help maybe kickstart your theme, or maybe just give you some inspo in general. My biggest wish with literally builds like we're doing today, or just like any kind of video on my channel, is that maybe it'll help somebody who is struggling with their island, or maybe going through burnout, or maybe you really want to play Animal Crossing but you just don't have a theme yet chosen, and you just need something to kind of get you going and feel inspired. Regardless of whatever your situation is, I just hope you go from this video today feeling inspired and ready to play some Animal Crossing. So anyways, back to the build. As you can see, we've gotten a lot done. There's still a lot of greenery we need to fill in, and of course I'll do like transitions as needed, because just seeing greenery getting filled in can kind of get boring after a while. But if you're wondering what kind of bushes and flowers I'm using, I'm not really using anything too specific. I'm just going for neutral bushes that aren't blooming right now during the early fall season, and I'm using only white flowers. I really wanted this island to be very neutral and soft in a way. I didn't want any crazy colors, just something kind of gentle and peaceful on the eyes. And I know this may sound really silly, but I prefer how the weeds look during the early fall season. I feel like they're way more aesthetic looking. The only other season I really like how they look in is summertime, but I'm not ready to do any summertime like themes quite yet. I honestly don't plan my islands, but I do, if anything, plan out kind of how I want my color scheme to look and what season I want the island in, because sometimes certain codes you use will look better in different seasons. Like for me personally, I feel like my color scheme just looks better for like early fall, but I also think it would look really nice for summer too. But I don't know, it's just something about early fall lately. I've just been so hooked onto it. Now I think he promised I'm not gonna do every single island in the future set during early fall. Like we are gonna be working on a new cherry blossom city. I have some summer themes planned, but I don't know, just this whole early fall, like the grass and everything, I just feel like it is such a pretty time of the year. And a lot of my favorite content creators who are doing cottagecore islands, I notice are also doing their islands during this time of year as well. And I truly believe it's because the weeds are so stinking amazing during this season, but just let me know if that's why they're doing it. That's honestly the reason I'm doing it. But if you have a certain, you know, weed in the game that you prefer, let me know in the comment section. Do you like the summer weeds? Do you like spring weeds? Or do you prefer the fall weeds? Like I said earlier, I think my 2 favorites are fall and also summertime. I just think those are the prettiest in the game and very aesthetic looking when you're going for pretty much any sort of Animal Crossing theme. But again, we all have our own preferences, and I'm definitely curious to hear what yours is in the comments. So we are nearing the end of this video almost, but we're gonna go ahead and kind of get started on this little transition. I'm just gonna go for a really simple kind of stream area, and I thought it would be really cool to kind of make it look like a miniature island where that picnic spot is. Obviously we don't have time to get this all decorated today, and I really have no idea how I'm gonna transition from this, but I am thinking I might move another villager in this area just so I can get more villager homes placed. I also was kind of considering maybe doing a natural villager cul-de-sac. I feel like that would be so cool. Let me know if y'all are interested in that kind of a build on this island. I don't think I've ever seen a natural cul-de-sac on Animal Crossing. If you have seen one, correct me if I'm wrong, but I just think that would be such a really cool build to do. So I'm thinking about doing something like that on this island. But other than that, I have literally no idea what my plan is for the rest of this island. So definitely leave me some really fun ideas in the comments to kind of help me keep inspired and working on this island. I do plan to rotate between several island themes like I mentioned in the beginning of this video. So I think we're going to work on one of my other themes for my next speed build. Maybe we'll work on the beach theme, or maybe we'll start my new Japanese island. Let me know in the comment section which you would hope to see first. Like I said, I do plan to work on all of these very slowly. I just think it'd be really fun to work on multiple themes at once, just so I can kind of help people out there who maybe aren't doing the same theme as I'm working on. Maybe they're doing something natural and they're not doing anything city core related. I just really hope that one of these islands does help inspire somebody out there really needing it. I'm really excited about today's island progress. I think we got such a great start on this island today. I hope that you enjoyed building on one of my new islands today with me. And with that being said, thank you so very much for watching and have a horrible day. I'll see you next video.